Hi everyone. So today's video is about projecting and mind reading, and we'll see how this is gonna go. It's gonna take me, but I've just found myself projecting insanely, especially yesterday and the whole past week. My poor boyfriend was faced with me projecting the lack of what I needed onto him. With everything that he did, I had a comment like, oh, I would love to do that. I would like to have time like you for that. And all these snappy, unfriendly, unloving words that just came out of my mouth like poison. So what is projecting actually? What does it mean? It means that when you find yourself doing that, it's a beautiful hint. It's an actual like a spotlight on what you need to do for yourself. We were talking about showering, and it triggered me so much that I said, like, I would love to have time to at least take a shower. And I knew, oh yeah, I just need a long hot shower. And it was as easy as that. And it just ripples through a lot of areas in life. When you feel triggered by someone treating themselves right, treating themselves good with patience and taking their time out, and you're triggered by that, that's a beautiful sign. It's so obvious that you want that exact same thing for yourself. So instead of snapping at them, for me, in my case, instead of snapping at my boyfriend for him taking time for self-care, recognizing, oh, I need that too. And not in that moment, but later on, just say that. And it could have spared us so much arguing. And also, the other thing is, when regarding mind reading, I know it's a very catchy term, but it isn't as hard as you think when it's about people that you know and you love, and when you know their schedule. And if a week is particularly stressful, as it is for us at the moment, because we have to go to a couple of doctor's appointments with our child, and this is so much stress. Even if you don't see it on the outside, I mean, even though my skin is breaking out, and I think this might be all connected, but even though you try to like play it cool, because you do have to think of all the documents that you have to take, you have to, keep track of the medicine and all these, and the appointments themselves, and go there and be there in time and find the right entrance, all these things. So you have to be kind of like cleaned up on the outside, and like your masculine really has to shine. But your feminine might be in the corner being like this, oh my God, I'm so scared. And that's what then comes out when you expect to behave normally and to just function normally in a week that is actually exceptionally hard on your emotions, on your heart, on your brain, on the sorrow center where you keep all your sorrows. So there comes the mind reading. When I say something like, oh, I would love to have a shower like you, I would like to have time to put up my feet and just relax and don't think about anything. It's not that difficult to know that I don't want to hurt the other person. I want to be heard. I don't want to like get the other person into pain and like be mean. But I want to be heard. Like I don't know how else to be heard, which is a very poor behavior, obviously. But I'm still working on myself. I'm still trying to, keep it together as much as I can and to communicate clearly what I need. But sometimes it doesn't work. And then having a partner who sees, oh wow, she's out of her mind, but there's nothing against me. She doesn't have anything against me. Like our relationship isn't like on the verge of like breaking apart. It's just her being scared and being overwhelmed and maybe tired. And in special occasions like this, how beautiful is it when your partner just opens this space for you to be furious, but to have his, to be centered, for him to be centered and just hold that vessel for you to be furious in and just to collapse in, to just be like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired. I need something to just catch me. And that's what we need in our men, to hold space for us when we can't be perfect. And I'm not saying that you should always be like saved by someone and people are responsible for you for holding space for you. Ideally, when you feel like this, you recognize it. Without help, it would be ideal to have no help and say like, oh my God, I'm scattered all over the place. I'm scared about something that I heard. I'm taking on pain from someone that I not even am, that is not even connected to my relationship, my partnership, taking on energy here. And I'm like, my mind is in the next days. It's not in the present, it's in the next days because of the appointments. And I'm also worrying of not being the perfect partner. I'm always complaining, or the self-guilt of not being enough. And then realizing that you are just out of yourself. Like literally, you're not in yourself. You're not centered, which you want to be. You want to be centered, and you want to be in the present moment again. Of course, you have to plan for the next couple of days, but you don't have to live in the future, and you shouldn't. In fact, you must not, because then you will not be ever centered in the here and now. And this is what makes you feel a little more whole and a little more cleaned up. And this way, your partner can do all the self-care practices that you desire to do as well, because you're just taking your time to just be really centered. And then when the time comes, you're done with your appointments, or there is actual space in your schedule, you just communicate, and I need this and that time, or I need this amount of time, and then you just do your relaxing, whatever you need to do. Get outside in nature, move your body, play the piano, do yoga, whatever it is. I'm sourcing from my own catalog of like relaxing things, or like my hobbies. So if you ever find your partner all like heated up, frustrated, maybe snapping at you for things that you feel like, oh, that's like, I didn't really do anything, why is he so mean? You can try to read his mind, but just knowing this is nothing against you. Just let him know if you feel treated unfairly. Just let him know, please talk to me respectfully. and I'm holding space for everything, for your grief, for everything that you want to let go of. Like, go ahead. I know you have a stressful week. I know you had difficult decisions to make, and I respect everything you do for our family. Like, meeting your partner, especially your male partner, with respect is gonna feel like as if you have really dry hands and you put nice thick lotion on them. You know, it feels very soothing and good for your partner to be treated respectfully and to acknowledge everything that he's doing for the family, for example, or for the success of both of your lives or all of your lives. Whereas women are rather they want to be seen for what they are. Yeah, sometimes for what they do, but mostly for who they are, and cherished for that as well. And these two pieces of information are going to really make a difference in the day-to-day interaction. And it's going to make it so much easier to speak from love, from a place of love, instead of either guilt, like, can I do anything more for you? Like, did I do enough? Like, here, have mine. I don't take anything, have mine. Yeah, you don't have to neglect yourself. You shouldn't. You, in fact, must not. But you want to talk from a place of love and respect and cherishment to your partner. And whenever you find yourself not being able to do that, he's so like this and she never does that. First of all, turn within and think about the exact thing that you complain about in them. Look for it in yourself. Are you not showing up in a certain way, maybe? Is that annoying to you? Other people outside of us should not hold that much power over us to get us this heated up, this frustrated. So it's likely that they're just triggering a part that is, not being seen anyways. Like, that is already like lurking around the corner, like, yeah, here, please see me. And that's the hint of, like, the trigger is the hint of this thing that is getting triggered to be taken care of, to be set with. And so rather than projecting your own problems onto other people, it's very helpful to do it yourself, be centered. Or if you have a partner who is mature enough to remind you, they don't have to like solve the problem for you, but to remind you, hey, I think you're projecting. Like, what is actually going on? What is wrong? Like, let me open the space for you. Or if they can't, they can still remind you and tell you gently to take some space for yourself, and provide you with some quietness in order to get your energy straight again. And that's complete. Everything from now would be repetition. I think I repeated myself a couple of times. I just really wanted to make this clear. And I'm wishing you a beautiful day or a good night. I'm sending out a lot of love and light.